I was coming home from school one day, sitting in the bus stop, waiting for the bus. And I see this little girl coming running out from the playground, running across the sidewalk and right into the street. And right in front of my eyes, I see this little girl get hit by a bus, lying on the ground, not moving. I am totally shocked. People running all around, screaming, calling for help, and nobody knew what to do. And the next day, when I came to school, they gathered us in the library, and they started talking to us. And it turned out that this little girl was a first grader in my school, and she didn't survive this accident. I did decide right there and then that I'm gonna do something with my life that will not leave me helpless. When I became a medic, it actually goes back to 1989, when I was just 15 years old, and I lived in Jerusalem, and I used to volunteer as a youth volunteer in the ambulances. Grew up to become a medic in the IDF and work in other ambulance agencies in Israel until we started United Hatzalah back in 2006. I had a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Ellie, that used to ride on the ambulance. I said, it's fantastic. Let's start volunteering on the ambulances. Just got on the ambulance, and this was just phenomenal. I'm a paramedic, and I also am Director of Operations for United Hatzalah in Israel and globally. United Hatzalah is community-based emergency response. This is creating a grassroots community operation that its sole mission is to save lives. It's very simple. It's not ambulances that save lives, it's people that save lives. It's the person right next door that needed help, and I was right there to help. Ambulances can be 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. The person right across the street can be the person that will save your life. And that's what we started. We started in Jerusalem with just a few volunteers and went and become an amazing community movement throughout Israel, a cross-section of Israeli society, combining people from every walk of life in the country. Jews, Arabs, secular, Orthodox, men, women, every village and every farm and every city in Israel, you have volunteers in this community. It's about people helping people. I was in Eilat on a holiday in a hotel there, and we were sitting in the dining room and we see an ambulance crew run through the lobby, and we're like, our colleagues, let's run through and see what's going on. And we're literally 30 seconds away. They pulled out someone from the swimming pool with somebody who's submerged and drowned in the swimming pool, and they started treating him. And I'm like, I don't know, did it take that ambulance 7 minutes to get there? 10 minutes to get there? We're a bunch of medics from Jerusalem sitting in Eilat. We could have immediately started treatment and not waited that 7 minutes had there been that technology. So what I did basically was, I went and did research. If there's a system through satellite that can locate them and alert them that, hey, right next to you there's someone that needs help, then that could be a real game changer. I went to Matrix, an Israeli software company. I brought them my book of ideas, and they came back to me a few weeks later with a beautifully printed pamphlet with figures and everything. Said, it's possible. It'll only cost you $1 million. So I go to the government service, and I offer this to the boss there, and surprisingly, he wasn't interested. So I went to Eli and Hatzalah, to Eli Beer, when we just started this organization. This organization was just literally in its pampers. And I said, listen, we got to do this. And he says, you're crazy. And I say, absolutely, I am. But this is a game changer. I told him, you got to raise the money. And so he did. We had a live, living model working, dispatching you based off of your location, regardless of where you're working, living, or whatever. It's all about where you are versus that incident, because this is Uber of saving lives. And today, we've got 6,000 people in this amazing life-saving network, and it saves lives over 1,800 times every single day.
So we're on the island of Via Lavash, walking towards the clinic, which we're going to start here.
United Hatzalah is not only in Israel. We have an international division, an international component, so sharing this concept, this idea with many countries around the world, US, India, Panama, and many others. And the second component is when there are world-class disasters. Talk about earthquakes, talk hurricanes and such disasters, such as, and I've been to Haiti, talking about the earthquake in Nepal, where we led a mission of one, search and rescue for missing persons. Last year, Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Haiyan, Hurricane Irma. We want to bring a significant added value. So going to Haiti, going to Nepal, we're bringing medical responders, we're bringing search and rescue. Bringing the psychotrauma unit, introduced the whole concept of emergency response on the psychotrauma level, and it was very important for us to show that we care and we'll bring what we can do to them. And this is what we do in every disaster, see what we can bring from Israel. Jersey City, we now have, just across the Hudson River, we have about 200 volunteers speaking 15 different languages, responding within 2 minutes to any medical emergency throughout the city. When these incidents happened, I was on the phone from here in Ramla at night on the phone with my counterpartner in Sri Lanka, speaking to him, trying to help from far away. We made a difference. We made a difference for those 1,000 people that were treated in the Israeli hospital of the IDF, for those few people that we were able to rescue and treat, for those others that got assistance from us with other capabilities that we brought there. For those people, it made a difference. And that's our mission.